You're not my dad!
What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again, and welcome to day 9. I'm getting it faster, y'all. One day I'm going to say it without hesitation. I'm gonna do it. But anyways, welcome to day 9 of me showing you guys my earrings. I'm gonna try really hard to zoom in on this one. It's super skinny, so let me try to give you like a background. Okay, so these are actually, I think, the only dinosaur earrings that I own. They're the only ones, which I should fix that. I should truly fix that. I am currently not allowed to buy anything for myself because my birthday is coming up, and so my friends have forbidden me from buying things for myself so that they can actually have gifts to give me. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. Today we are here to watch some hood nature. It's a video about the ocean. I really feel like at some point he's going to mention whales, and I would just like to ask you guys to bear with me because I'm going to be traumatized. I'm going to be very stressed. It's going to be a very distressing time for me, but I'm going to do my best for y'all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
This is probably the most terrifying thing you'll ever see in the ocean.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That thing is actually a big fin squid, and it's believed to grow up to 26 feet long. Scientists believe they hunt by dragging those freakish arms across the ocean floor, snatching up anything unlucky enough to accidentally brush up against it. But by far the scariest thing about this hell squid, we know almost nothing about it. We don't know how they mate, how they live. All we know for sure is that you can find them at the very bottom of the ocean at depths of up to 15,000 feet, which is more than half the height of Mount Everest. Here's the part that personally freaks me out. Every big fin ever caught was a juvenile, and since no adults have ever been captured, it's possible they can be even bigger than we thought.
How do you
This
know
sea
they're
slender man's arms are
juvenile?
covered in tiny suckers, meaning once it grabs something, there aren't a lot of things strong enough to break free. Those arms can be over 90% of their total body length, and they hold it at a 90-degree angle, which makes this violation against nature look like it's T-posing. As technology improves, we might have a chance to learn more about them. Which isn't a good thing. They need to stay in hell. Facts, but they slowly get more and more disturbing. Blue whales can produce 400 gallons.
Didn't I fucking tell you that he was gonna get into fucking whales? Now, did I expect it to be the second fucking video we watched? No, I'm sorry. I'm swearing so much. YouTube, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm very stressed. Let me just take a deep breath. I'm gonna muscle through. I'm gonna power through this video. Just know that I am giving myself nightmares for you guys. Like, this is for y'all because I cannot handle this footage.
It's a baby batter, but only 10% of it makes it to the female, meaning 360 gallons get dumped back out. In case you're wondering, that's 8.5 bathtubs of whale maker. Gray whales will go 3-player with 2 males and a female. While the first male is getting his rocks off, the second wing whale will swim underneath the female and help hold her in place for a process that can last up to an hour. And friendly reminder, almost every sea monster story ever told was really about a whale's penis, and I will never let y'all forget it.
I do remember
Sperm
that.
whales are so loud that their sound can vibrate you to death by either causing your lungs to collapse or an air bubble to form in your brain, which would instantly take you off the senses.
my God.
Blue whales are big, but not a lot of people understand how big. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from a little more than 2 miles away. They can swallow almost 500,000 calories at once. Allegedly, a whale's fart bubble can enclose a full-grown horse. And because I am who I am, I have to tell you that the largest blue whale penis was about 16 feet long and weighed anywhere from 700 to 900
Jesus,
pounds. Blue
fuck.
whales don't spray water out of their blowholes the way you see in movies. It's actually warm air being forced out of the lungs. It's basically its breath. It's one of the most unholy smells that can ever assault your nose. Like burning rubber in a fish cemetery. Because of that video, there's now people that believe the ocean is salty because of whale sperm. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish it were true because of the look on people's faces when I tell them this is free therapy, but it isn't. Most of the ocean's salt comes from rocks on land because when acidic rain hits the rocks, it erodes them and causes them to release salt. The salt gets carried out in streams and rivers where it eventually reaches the ocean. The reason the ocean is so salty is because this has been happening for millions on billions of years. Some of the salt also comes from hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean, but most of the time when you taste seawater, the salt came from a rock, not a whale that already has. So yeah, you don't have to worry about salty seawater. Besides, you should probably be more concerned with the fact that your perfume used to be made from whale vomit.
Yes.
The more you know.
Yes,
what you should be most afraid of isn't the shark. It's the stonefish because it can deliver venom powerful enough to cause crippling pain and toxic enough to activate your life insurance in less than 2
angry
hours.
frog.
This fish is armed with a venom called verrucotoxin, and as a neurotoxin, it shuts your body down from the inside. If you got stung, you'd first feel incapacitating pain, swelling, and eventually numbness. But no worries, it gets worse. It always gets worse. If you don't get
course,
medical
naturally.
attention fast enough, the poison would destroy tissues in the body, cause uncontrollable twitching and shaking, and eventually paralysis, meaning it would get
Bitch.
harder and harder to breathe until you eventually black out. Victims describe the pain as getting continuously hit with a sledgehammer all over their body, and even if you survive, you could still walk away with permanent nerve damage and muscle atrophy. But there's
Bitch.
two big reasons why this Satan guppy might be the most dangerous fish on Earth. One is this picture. Because the stonefish looks like a stone, it's so easy to accidentally step on one, and when you do, those spines would get shoved up your foot, and the harder you step, the more poison gets pumped into
fuck.
you. And number two, they can survive outside of water for up to 24 hours, meaning they don't
No,
have to
they
be
can't.
underwater to put you underground.
No, they can't. What? The whole point of being a human being is that when I go on land, I am safe from the water monsters. That is the whole point, okay? That's why Sharknado as a concept is terrifying. That was a joke. Sharknado is a fucking hilarious concept, okay? The Sharknado series is just such a pure and perfect work of art. Sorry, very off track. But anyway, they should not be able to survive outside of water. Like, what the fuck? As Yzma would say, smash it with a hammer!
Because Australia is the only place where mistaking a fish for a stone can get you the death penalty. You should never pick this shell up because it's actually one of the most venomous things on the planet.
They're so
That's because the
pretty.
cone snail can shoot you with a harpoon at 400 miles per hour. That would be like getting struck by 14 Usain Bolts, because ironically this snail is one of the fastest animals on the planet, being able to hit you almost as fast as you can blink. That's not the only thing fast about them, because this murder slug was nicknamed Cigarette Snail because according to urban legend, if you got hit by one, you had enough time for a puff puff pass before you puff puff pass away. If you got stung, you would immediately feel extreme pain, swelling, numbness, and vomiting. But don't worry, it gets worse. It would escalate to muscle paralysis, double vision, and difficulty breathing.
Oh,
Once you get to
hell
that
no.
point,
From
you
a
can go ahead and
snail?
start rinsing out shirts because you finna be on one. And even though the cigarette thing was an exaggeration, it could take only 5 to 8 hours for them to connect you to God's Wi-Fi. Now the problem with these snails is that they use venom to paralyze unlucky prey, and they'll even put them to sleep with a toxin that's 1,000 times more powerful than morphine, which works on fish and stupid people that pick them up. But they don't just use one though, like Tyson, they be on them combos. They can have 50 different toxins in their venom, which is why there is no antidote. The only cure is to try not to die and become a Snapchat member.
Jesus. I thought, aren't snails supposed to, like, not be able to handle salt? What the fuck? What the fuck, nature? You had one fucking job. You made it immune to salt? What?
Steamy jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the ocean.
I should probably explain what the hell this is. That was an angel shark, and that's the worst Call of Duty player you'll ever meet. The angel shark will lie motionless for days waiting for anything bite-sized to accidentally pass above its head so it can take its life.
Camping ass
Sounds like a
bastards
cheat
in
code, but
Call
there's
of
no
Duty.
referee in the ocean, so this camel shark stab pads kills like no other. But you don't have to worry about them snatching up your leg because they're only interested in fish, crustaceans, and mollusks like squid.
Oh, not that
being said,
big.
angel sharks are a lot like electrical power sockets. They're only dangerous if you're stupid enough to poke them. Now you would think that's common sense, but because these sharks stay perfectly still, scuba divers think it's a good idea to touch them, and that makes these sharks go from mannequin challenge to homicide. Look.
To be clear, anybody who thinks it's fun to go scuba diving clearly has poor survival instincts, okay? Clearly, you have no will to live.
Attacks are rare, and as long as you're not an idiot, this sea carpet won't fade you.
Okay,
Good
that
thing
thing's
too,
very
because there's a
large.
shark in this picture, and he may not be an angel, but he'll turn you into one. 8 reasons why this is your new favorite fish. Even though they can be up to 23 feet, over 3,000 pounds, they're 100% perfectly harmless to people because they only ever eat plankton and small shrimp. Unlike stingrays, they're not venomous. This giant placemat couldn't hurt you if it wanted to. They're smart enough to understand mirrors because manta rays were seen waving and blowing bubbles at their own reflection, something they wouldn't do if they thought it was another manta ray.
low-key kinda
Manta rays
cute.
will launch themselves out of the ocean, and they do it to
That
get rid of
is
parasites or to
fucking
avoid predators, but
terrifying.
sometimes it seems like they do it just for fun. They have the largest
No.
brain of any
Oh
fish,
my
making them arguably
God!
the smartest things in the ocean that don't also belong on a list with Cosby. That isn't a TV guide. Baby manta rays are called pups, and a mother will give birth to 1 or 2 pups every year. They're normally black, a dark brown, or a grayish blue, but there are pink manta rays out there, and no, this is not edited. This pink manta ray was found off the coast of Australia on the Great Barrier Reef, proving that that country is both a national treasure and Satan's jungle gym. They're smart enough to form strong emotional bonds with each other, and they're smart enough to ask for help. One repeatedly approached the diver until he realized that she had a fish hook stuck under her eye, and she waited patiently as he removed it. Once he removed it, she swam off. What would happen if you took one of the...
Okay, so real quick. I'ma just be real. I don't like animals that are bigger than me. So manta rays are a no-no in my book, but it's not like a deep dread and terror like I feel about fucking sharks and whales, mostly whales. But I read this book. Okay, what was it fucking called? It was called Dr. Franklin's Island, and I'm not okay. Fuck. I'm just gonna spoil this book. Feel free to read it because it's a trip, okay? But in this book, this scientist turns this girl into a fucking manta ray. And she turns her friend and turns her friend into a fucking bird, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, turns this girl into a manta ray. So every time I see manta rays, that is what I think of. I'm like, what if that is a people? What if that is a people? It could be a people according to that book. According to science, okay? Anyway, check out the book if you ever get the chance. If that's what it's called. That might not be what it's called. I read it a long time ago, okay?
The meanest animals in the ocean and gave it legs.
Yeah,
Well,
we
two
talked
things.
about
One, you
this.
have one of the most violently aggressive animals on Earth walking on land, and two, I know this because it technically happened and they exist. It's a
Yeah.
known fact that the biggest menace to society in the ocean are dolphins of any kind. They jump
Fuck
sharks for no reason,
dolphins. All my
slap box their
homies hate
babies, and they have a
dolphins.
rap
That's
sheet
a-
longer than
that's
Drake's.
a lie.
And the
All my
worst
homies
dolphin
hate
of all
dolphins.
actively tortures other animals for sport. Dolphins and whales are part of a group called
orcas.
cetaceans, which basically happened because this guy decided he wanted to test his luck out in the ocean and evolved to become semi-aquatic and then fully aquatic. But funny story, there was a group of these land animals that actually stayed on land, and about 54 million years ago, they split up with the animals that would become whales and
You guys
dolphins
ready?
heading out to
It's
sea.
coming.
The ones that
It's
didn't
coming.
follow them out into the ocean stayed on land, and after millions
Y'all
of
ain't
years
ready.
of plot development, they went on to become one of the most vicious animals in the world. In case I haven't made it obvious, I'm talking about hippos. The African homicide horses.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do.
That's what I think of every time I see hippopotamus. No crocodiles or rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Except they don't, and they will kill you.
Relative of whales and dolphins. One's a bipolar tank with Roy Ridge and a devil's overbite, and the other's a pufferfish abusing shark assaulting sea quagmire, and that is f***ing evolution. You remember that dolphin
Yep.
sound effect from SpongeBob that was supposed to be like a sensor? You know
Yes,
what the
we remember.
I'm talking about. Well, that sound didn't actually come from a dolphin. It was actually the sped up laughter of the kookaburra. It's a kingfisher
That's a
bird found in
bird.
Australia that sounds like a guy trying way too hard to laugh at a cute girl's jokes.
Fucking stupid.
You may not be able to hear it, but when you double the playback speed, you can hear the sound that cartoons made you swear was a dolphin.
Yep, that's it. That's
Moral
the
of this
sound.
video, every
That's the
dolphin sound effect you've
noise.
ever heard on every TV show is really just an Australian crack tweetie.
Crack Tweety. I always really enjoy these hood nature videos, and every time, like, even if it's a fact that I already know, it's paired with a fact that I didn't already know that is equally awful. The world is a gigantic and terrifying place, my friends. Stay inside. Don't, there's nothing for you out there except death and dismemberment, okay? You're, like, I just don't know why God decided to do this to us. Or if not God, the universe, or Mother Nature. Who the fuck ever planned this shit did not set us up for success. Okay? Ooh, big deal. We have opposable thumbs and free will. Great. Now we have fucking guns and global warming. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. Should be laying on a beach eating a fucking coconut naked, and instead I have to work under the capitalist system. Garbage. Garbage. Anywho's in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave your reaction requests or recommendations down in the comments below. And other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.